Hello, greetings and salutations. Right, today I wanted to talk to you about how I look at a chart and break it down in regard to whether I'm going to take the trade or not. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I think it's this one. No, it could be that one. Okay, let me just sort that out. Right, so we are looking at TradingView. Okay, this is TradingView. It's completely free to use. You can upgrade and pay, but look, I don't want to upgrade. I don't need to upgrade. Everything I need is on the free version, which is even better. So now moving video across. Right. So this morning I got a SAR alert on the Euro CHF to tell me that it was a sale. Okay. So let's look at let me just get rid of my indicators. Right. So we had a sell. On the 4-hour chart it came through. So what I tend to do is I tend to start off by going to the daily on that particular pair and having a look at what exactly this pair is doing. Right, on the daily it's been on a downtrend, okay, for quite a while. So what I'll tend to do is draw a trend line on this downtrend, but I'm not going to draw it too far away. I'm going to put it up a little bit more. All right, so I draw my trend lines in the same colour so that I know they're trend lines so I don't get confused. So you click on this one here. Now is this going to be a bitch because it's sharing probably? Trend line. Right, it is, isn't it? It's going to be one of those. I wonder if I can do it. No, it's not picked it up. Trend. Right, the trend is, or has been, down. Now, when you draw a trend line, you need to draw it where it's touched the most, as it was. So if I drop it there, trend line should be a line that's been hit 2 times or more. So on this trend here, don't forget we're on the daily, it kind of came up, it's kind of closed, it's hit, and it's gone, and then it's broken through. Right, so most times on a trend line, the candles will break through to show you that there's going to be a trend reversal, but then they always tend to come back and retest that trend line. See here, it broke through, it came back, it retested, and now it's shot up. So at the moment, I'd say this is making a new trend for a buy, right? But what also I need to do is draw in lines of support and resistance for this chart, right? Okay, so we have quite a big line of support and resistance about here. I'll do those in yellow. If you get your own little colour charts so that you know when you look at your charts that I always draw trend lines in pink and I always draw support and resistance in yellow, so that when I look at my charts I can see what it is I'm looking at. All right, let's draw another trend line. I mean, support and resistance line. Right, where else is one? There's kind of one there as well. See where them candles have kind of touched, bounced, broken through, became the new ceiling. It's gone above. Okay, there's one there as well. Right, so let's go down to a 4-hour. Okay, so you can see how different they look on the 4-hour. Right, we can see this wonderful breakout, retouch, and take off. Yeah, we can see that on that 4-hour. So on the 4-hour, I'm going to redraw a trend line for this up. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. Okay, now it's quite a fast upward trend, this one. So trend line. Did it pick it up? I think it did. Starts there. Come on, computer, do this to me. I don't think it picked it up. Trend. Come on, wake up. That's it. Right. Okay. So let's draw this trend line on. Look at that. There's a lot of touches there. Drop. There we go. Look at that. Bounce, 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 backs. Broken through. But that's not enough of a break for me. That needs to come through a little bit more to be a breakthrough. Right. Okay. So that's that on the 4 hour. Right. On the 4 hour here as well, we've got quite a big line of resistance. Let's draw that in. So we go to our horizontal line. Come on. And there is, that's not picked up at all, is it? Still in trend line mode. Horizontal line. Right, there's one. Why did it drop it there? There's a big one here. Look at that. Look at all those times the candles touch that. I'd say it's about there. Look, touch, 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 touch. There's the one there. So looking at that, I would say that if this one breaks out, that's coming down to touch one of these trend lines. So you've got that, a possibility there for a sell. Let's get my little ruler. So that's touch and re-break. It could be 50 odd pips in that. Maybe to that one, 40 odd pips, but I only want 20 because that's my goal, 20. So I'm sure I'll get 20 pips out of this if I needed to. Right, so we're on the 4 hours. So let's break it down. Let's jump down to time frame, hour. Come on, Jesus. Hour. Right, on the hour, you can see, still respecting this trend line, broken. It broke, it's come back up. But that could carry on bouncing up yet. That's not ready. That's not ready to drop yet. See how it's been on a downtrend for a little bit, but only to touch that resistance line. So, and don't forget also, when it's an uptrend, you draw the trend line under. And when it's a downtrend, you draw it above. So if we was going to put another little trend line in this, but it's only a little one. Come on, pick it up. When you do this on your own, this will be quick. This won't be jittery like this. It's because it doesn't like screen sharing. Come on. Trend line. Come on. I don't think that's picked anything up, has it? No, it's picked none of those up. It's still in resistance mode. Cancel. I don't want that line there, thank you. Oh! Oh, jeez. Right, I'm going to shut down my other tabs and see if that helps, because it's just not playing ball, is it, at all? Shut that down. Shut. 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 Oh, Jesus. Now I've got the spinning wheel of death. No way. What the heck? Right, let's try that. Got the stupid advert popped up now. Go away. Right, okay. Normal service will be resumed. Right, okay. So, trend line. There we go. We have a new trend coming down. But it's not enough. Not enough. And it hasn't really broken out. Like, it's not really done anything. So I wouldn't count that at all. So let's go down to a 15-minute. Right, okay, on the 15-minute. I know Lindor likes to go down to the limits. Right, we have a little uptrend here. which Lindor would love, this little one here. So let's just see, I'm getting that on where it touches the most. See, that's the most touched line. Like, so right, on this one, the line has definitely been breached, okay? It's definitely been gone through on the 15 minutes. If you're going to take this trade on a 15-minute chart, that's not a bad one to go for. And looking at that, that's your target there, because that's the next line of resistance and support. Right, this went down and it's come back up to retouch that line. See how that's come up and retouched that line? So this is a classic get in now for 10 pips situation, but just having trend lines on there and points of resistance is not quite enough for me. So I go to indicators and I'm going to put on my garlic bread. Right, okay. So garlic bread is we're looking for an MA, a moving average cross. Right, okay, this red and this green line is your moving averages that we want to look at, okay? So when the red crosses over the green, we want to get in for a sell, but that is still green over red at the moment, so that's not ready. See, green over red. If that red crossed over, if the green crossed over the red, we might be in for that one. Might be in there like swimwear. But we have garlic bread on the hour. See? The green lines come through, the red lines crossed over, so the red line is in control. The sellers are in control of this. So on the hour chart, we do have garlic bread. And we have had a retouch to the red MA, which means that's going to start coming down. So even though we haven't got garlic bread on the 15, we have got it on the hour. And garlic bread actually works best on the hour chart, we've found. It's much more precise. Right, so let's have a look at our MACD, just a standard MACD we use. Right, we've had the cross there, which indicates that's going up, that's fine. That's underneath the histogram, so it's still in a sell situation, but these have got gappage and they're heading up still. So I'm still wouldn't get in this for a sell yet. Look, not everything's lining up yet. It's not lining up enough for me yet. I'd need that to come down, I'd need those to cross, and I'd need garlic bread to happen on the 15. If garlic bread happens on the 15, I'm in there like swimwear. And if that crosses, I'm in there like swimwear. But at the moment, I'm not. So let's have another look. Let's have a look at fast. Oh, it's telling me I don't want any more indicators. Go away. Get rid of MACD. Because I'm on the free account, you can only have a certain amount of indicators. So got an indicator. Oh, I've got rid of those open. Okay. Indicators, MACD fast. Right. So the MACD on the 15 is a red light. So it is a red light sell. So there is so much here that it's like, oh, so close to getting in that sell. Look, but it's not right up in the danger zone yet. It never really got right up there, so it's kind of a little bit in the middle at the moment, so that could go either way. So before I would get into this for a sell, which is looking good, it's broken trend lines. Let's just clarify. Right, we've broken trend line. We've retraced the trend line. We're about to drop. We are under the histogram, but we have not yet had a MACD crossover. We have not yet got garlic bread on the 15-minute. It's still red under green. We want the red to go above the green, and this is kind of a little bit in the middle. But this is on my watch list now. This is one that I would keep an eye on and wait. You can even set an alert if you want to. So you could sort of set an alert to say when the MACD crosses. You could set an alert to say when the red MA crosses the green MA, and all those little things you can set up on TradingView just by pressing alert. And then you can set up so you can have the candles crossing. You can have garlic bread, MACD fast, any of those things you can set up, but I'm not going to go into details on that now. And then you get a little alert and it will come through to say, right, go, 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 go. But at the moment, look, the next candle's looking green. Go down to the 5-minute and have a look. Oh, separating, they're not sure. Look, it's green at the moment. Look, 5-minute, these are above. These need to start coming through. These need to start coming down a little bit. We've also got SARs underneath at the moment, indicating that this is coming up a little bit. So this could just come back and retouch this trend line. That could be what it's doing. It's broken. It could retouch the trend line again and come down. So this is our 15-minute trend line, whereas this is our long-term trend line. So they do tend to break and retouch before they drop. So yeah, this is definitely one to look out for. Definitely one to look out for, but it's not all lining up yet. But that's what we do. We wait for either a SAR alert to come through, a bounce back alert to come through. We wait for the harmonic scan to show a new scan and have a look at that as well. We wait for the Hoff's SAR alerts as well to come through. So all these things we're using as a go and have a look. And then when these alerts come through, they really are just a go and have a look. And then when we go and have a look, this is the sort of thing we are looking at. We are looking at trend lines, we're looking at support and resistance, we're looking at MACDs, we're looking at fast, we're looking at, you know, SAR dots, we're looking at all that sort of stuff. And when they all line up, it's a beautiful thing. That's when we get in and we grab our 10 pips. We go for 20 pips a day, but we tend to go for 10 pips per trade because the likelihood of it moving 10 pips is much more than it moving 20 pips. So we tend to grab 10 pips out of each trade a day, try and get into 2 trades at least. And if one's looking good, then we'll stay in and we grab our 20 pips that way. But most of the time we set it. If we can't be in the front of the charts to watch it, we set it for 10 pips, get out, go. So that's what we're doing, and it's working exceedingly well. So I hope that helps. I'm sorry if it's a bit laggy on the old chart, but it gives you an idea of how we're setting up trend lines, how I'm doing support and resistance. I always say it's me and Jer. We work together very well trading. We sort of spar off each other and we tell each other off if we've got into a trade that's not lined up. Or don't forget to check Forex Factory as well for news events coming out to make sure we don't really trade around red flag news, because it can, if you're only going for a small amount of pips, it can make a big difference. So right, okay, hope that helps. Thank you.